Hello everyone, welcome back to another Battlefield Waltz today. I'm going to try to get this video out at noon when I'm supposed to. I am recording at 12:30 at night, Friday night. Did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday if I did. But yeah, we went to a magic tournament today and we've been there from like 1 p.m. till just a moment ago. We left early. I say we left early, but we did because there was a tornado warning in our area. It's a tornado warning, quote, tornado warning. Here in Oklahoma, like the warnings don't last very long, the storms don't last very long, they just blow through. Or it could be nonstop after nonstop, storm that just passes through over and over. It's Oklahoma, so it's tornado season and the weather is completely unpredictable here. But my computer is on a surge protector / backup battery, so there's no lightning out right now. So I think it's already passed. There's supposed to be more coming in as always, but it's not going to stop me from recording. If the power does flash, my computer stays on, it doesn't corrupt the video. It did once. There was one time where I corrupted like a 40-minute video and I was so upset. So we went and bought a backup battery like immediately. My husband was able to restore it, thank goodness, because I was completely devastated. Anyway, we're in chapter 8. I think it said 8 out of 10 total. This is where we're going to be diverging into, I guess, bad ends? Is there bad ends in there? There's 1, 2 bad ends? Oh, there's only bad ends. Okay. There's a good end and 2 bad ends, I guess. I'm used to games having a good end and a happy end and a good end. So one's like, it ends, but there's a preferable one. And then usually one bad end. Usually they die. But that's because I play, morbid games, I guess. I've been playing Night Rope. She dies in most of them, but it is like a more dark game than most games. I guess I don't know. She dates ghosts, so I mean, you have to in most indies you have to die if you want to be with them anyway. So in Nine Rep's case, sometimes the good ending is because she dies and she's able to stay with them forever, so it's whatever. Good end and bad end is dependent upon the reader. Well, that's enough yapping. That's like 4 minutes of yapping anyway. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Oh, we'll talk to him today.
Ohayo. どうかした?
There's something I need to ask you, Nikkei. Let me think of a recap real quick. Figure out what's going on. She used the cursed sword once. They went berserk, so she's not allowed to use it at school. They went on a field mission. Yeah, I guess it's a field mission. We went to go stop some rebels. That ended well. And then Azul called them, the king of Azul, to train some of their soldiers, I guess. We didn't get to see any of that because they just talked for like 30 minutes to the king and then they went back home. So, is that the gist of it? She's still trying to find a spy among her friends, and she says she can't suspect anyone. So I guess that's the underlining thing right now, that she's still trying to look for a spy. There's something I need to ask you, Nikkei. I glanced behind me after saying that. Oh, is it a secret thing?
何? 何か秘密の話なの?
Sorry if you heard anything in the background. Now my cat is attacking the fireplace, and I don't understand why. We have like this metal grate because it's a gas fireplace, and she's attacking it. I don't understand why. Anyway. No, but... Nikkei, you go to the forest often, right? Ever bump into other students there?
森で? それはもちろん会ったことあるけど。
Who exactly?
パシュでしょ? アベルでしょ? ラスティンでしょ? リシャールでしょ? ああ、あと朝霞にも会ったことあったかな。
Everyone.
どうして?
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but I lost a letter I wrote to my mom in the forest.
そうなんだ。
You haven't come across it yet, have you?
拾ってないね。そんな大事なものを見つけたら、すぐに君に知らせるよ。
Yeah, thanks.
ただ手紙は軽いから、風で飛ばされちゃったりすることもあるかも。早く見つかるといいね。
Wait, the look he's given her, I wonder if he doesn't believe her, but he's playing along. He's got this, like, good luck finding it type of thing. Yeah, I'll ask around, thanks. I'm glad he told me, but Ash, Abel, Leston, Richard, Asaka, for better or worse, I knew all of them. I never would have guessed. Considering their personalities, it was hard to see Pash and Leston tied to Remua. But maybe that's why they could be. Maybe there's some secret alliance. No. Sighing deeply, I slumped over and crouched down on the grass. This mission was pretty important, and I took it seriously, but once I thought of the possibilities, I denied them. I don't want to suspect my friends. I'm gonna say that out loud, so I was gonna hear you. First of all, Remua didn't bring up all these suspicious.
ロムアの疑惑が何だって
I knew it. I'm like, why are you talking aloud? Someone has to find out, and the only way they're going to find out is if they overhear her. Startled by Abel's sudden presence, I fell into the grass, hands on the ground.
何やってるんだよ
He quietly offered his hand to me. I felt too embarrassed to grab it, which left me grounded.
ほら
He reached his hand closer, so I finally grabbed it while still looking down. Thanks.
あんなことでいちいち驚くなよ
Sorry.
ところで何がロムアなんだまさか昨日のことを気にしてるのか自分のせいで襲われたなんて落ち込んでるんじゃないだろうな
I guess it would be easy to convince him about any lies that you have. Huh? My heart felt shaken. I hadn't planned on confiding in anyone, whether about the spy hunt or the village. But right now I wanted to spill everything. Abel probably would have encouraged me firmly and agreed to help. I wanted to cling onto that hand he offered. No, that's not it.
じゃあなんだ
I can't shake the feeling that Remua will actually attack.
ああ
Abel sighed as he frowned. That was the most I could say. The rest felt too heavy to disclose.
心配する気持ちはわかるだが不安になりすぎるのも良くないぞ
Right.
ただそれとは別に今後の行動には気をつけた方がいいなまさかあの程度で校内から出るなって命令も出せないだろうしグスタフの件もあるからそもそも校内が安心とも限らないどこにいれば安全ということはないだろうお前が慎重に行動するしかない
Yeah, you're right. I'll be careful. I tried my best to smile and then...
そういえばさっき
Huh?
いや
Oh? Earlier what?
なんでもないじゃあな
No, tell us right now. Dang it. Where are you going? Come back here. What was that about? You said about earlier, right? Speaking of which, earlier what? Why won't you tell us? I was curious, but the next class was going to start, so I shelved the thought and headed to class. Not even going to mention that he was blushing. Doesn't even notice. What kind of girl are you?
Hi.
Oh my goodness, it's Xiaolei. Oh. After the class on the way to Xiaolei's shop at the port, I bumped into him. How's it going? Any news? Oh yeah, she told him about it.
それが今のところ何もなくてごめんなさいね。
I also voiced my opinion about how I think he's too suspicious to disclose any of this information to. I see.
でも大丈夫よ。この私の名にかけて絶対に何か掴んであげる。
Thanks, Xiaolei, but don't overdo it. Just knowing you're on it is a big help. You're going to make him blush too.
いい子ねって感心してただけよ。
I wouldn't say that.
そっちはどう？何か進展はあった？
Not much. I did talk to the student who frequents the forest and got a few names.
誰？
We're not telling you. She's going to tell him. Cash, Lustin, Richard, Asaka, and Abel. Do any of those ring a bell?
一応みんな顔と名前は把握してるわ。なるほどね。
Oh, you realize something? I'll ask them casually about it. I doubt one of them is the spy, though.
それはやめておきなさい。
Huh? Why not?
もし私がロムアの手先だったら、そんなことを聞いてきたあなたを始末するだろうから。
I mean, that's a pretty valid reason. Xiaolei's tone turned gray, prompting me to edge back. Okay, I figured out what my cat's after. She's after a moth that's inside there. Which means she's going to be OCD about it until that moth is gone. Maybe I could drink something over the fireplace or something. Because that's going to be annoying, especially when I go to sleep at 4 a.m.
そう思わない？
It does, but...
大事な仲間が私にそんなことしないって信じてる？いいえ。
At the core of it all, I hesitated to suspect anyone. That was why I still hadn't made any progress.
ねえ、やっぱりあなたはこの件から身を引くべきじゃない？
Xiaolei, why would you suggest that?
危険だからよ。
I know that, but it's the mission Queen Kiora entrusted to me.
あなたが真面目な子だって分かってる。疑惑の生徒が男子ってことと魔剣のことを考慮に入れてあなたが選ばれたんだろうけど。
That wasn't true. I wanted to deny it but held back. Despite his support, I still couldn't tell him about the village.
あなたに人を疑ったり欺くなんて無理だと思うわ。
Thanks for your concern, Xiaolei, but I will accomplish what I accepted to do.
分かったわ。じゃあ何かあったらまた知らせるから。
Thanks. I watched Xiaolei return to his shop. Now what? I did say that, but... I stood there looking out at the sea. Maybe I should keep watch at the forest, but Tifalet said he's only seeing decay there.
おい、そのまま海に飛び込むなよ。
There's another person. I'm getting two games confused now. I was gonna say there's another person that thinks you're going to like commit suicide and jump in the water, but that was 9-Rip, I believe. Someone came running because she was staring out into the ocean. Huh? Startled, I spun around to find Abel. How come when a person is looking out towards the sea, someone else on the outside think that they're depressed and they're going to go drown themselves in the ocean? Like, why is that your first assumption?
今日はお前によく会う日だ。
Mark. Mark was holding a wooden trading sword as he ran over happily. Abel too had brought along a wooden sword, likely from Nirvana. Have you been practicing with Abel?
そうなんだ。お姉ちゃんが頼んでくれたって聞いたよ。どうもありがとう。
It's nothing. Abel's really strong, so you'll improve in no time, Mark.
かな
So Abel talked to Mark already. It had only been a few days since then. I was very happy to know that Abel was already in touch with Mark.
ついでだから、お前も一緒に練習するか。
Huh? Me too. I'm gonna say, I guess I'll join. First I'm gonna say I want to watch. Training with both of you sounds fun, but I just want to watch from here.
お姉ちゃんもやろうよ。その方が楽しいよ。
Mark.
別に遠慮するようなことじゃないぞ。お前たちなんて一人でも二人でも変わらない。
Hey, that's mean.
本当のことだ。
一緒にやろうよ。
I guess I'll join.
よし、マルク。教えた通りに打ってこい。
No, the CG was spoiled. I'll go back up. Right here. Alright, I guess I'll join too.
お姉ちゃんも一緒にやろう。
Are you fine with that, Abel?
お前たち二人の相手なんて余裕だ。
Mr. Confident over here. Great, let's get started.
よし、マルク。教えた通りに打ってこい。そうそう。そんな感じだ。
I was awestruck. The contrast in Abel's teaching methods and his intensity in combat was shocking. He was so patient with Mark's fledgling efforts. Ah! Abel's light strike caught me unprepared.
ほら、どうした？しっかり打ってこい。マルクにいいところを見せてやれ。
Right, sorry. Here it goes. I swung my sword at Abel and was amazed at how skilled he was. He struck gently with Mark and a bit heavier with me, changing up his strikes between us. I'm not going easy on him either. While trying to be mindful of Mark, I also pushed myself to spar, yet Abel remained unflustered and seemed to be having fun.
そこだ。
甘いぞ。
もうお兄ちゃん強すぎだよ。
ちゃんと稽古したらお前も同じように強くなるさ。
Whenever he's not like being like Mr. Grumpy, or whenever he's not, I guess, playing the role of top student, I can. He sounds more like Arsene Lupin from Code Realize.
本当？僕も強くなれる？
ああ。
わかった。頑張る。
He really seemed to be enjoying himself. He kept surprising me. Abel's enthusiasm for the session was unexpected. It made me feel bad for him because his reputation in the academy was that he was stoic and cold-hearted. Then again, he probably doesn't care. Lost in thought, I stepped back and... Oh.
おい！
Ouch. I stepped on a pebble and pathetically tripped over. That was the second time I'd fallen in front of Abel today.
ぼんやりしてたろ。
He must have realized I was staring at him. I tried to hide my nervousness and stood up. Ow.
おい！
A dull pain shot through my ankle. Well, I guess you got to be carried now. Oh, I'm so pathetic. I sprained it.
痛い？大丈夫？そうだ。ティファレットさんのお店に行って湿布薬を。
いや、大丈夫だ、マルク。
そうなの？どうして？
俺がニルバーナまで連れて行く。
Huh? We get a second CG? Oh my goodness. Abel? Yay, this is the kind of CG I was hoping for. I like these. I like to have these kinds of CGs for the thumbnail because it piques people's interest. I was caught off guard when Abel suddenly lifted me off the ground. Abel? Hey, Abel.
くじいたのなら歩かない方がいい。
I know that, but still.
別に重くない。大丈夫だ。そういうわけだ、マルク。今日の稽古はこれまでだ。すまないな。
うん、お姉ちゃん、お大事にね。
Mark, wait.
あまり動くな。
Abel, really, I think I could walk.
捻挫は動かすとさらに悪化するだろう。いいからもうおとなしくしてろ。
But he started walking, and I didn't have the courage to jump onto my feet. The thought of being carried back to Nirvana made me dizzy from embarrassment. Abel, I think I'll be fine if I walk slowly so you can let me down.
歩いて負担がかかるのは同じだろうが。
Just stop trying to rationalize with him. He's gonna carry you. I regretted how I had been staring at him. I never thought it would end up like this. It was obviously my first time in this kind of situation. He carried me firmly, but the sensation of hovering off the ground felt unstable to me. That was when I tried to curl up and pulled myself closer to Abel.
もしかして恥ずかしいのか？言っておくが、お前をこうして運ぶのは2度目だぞ。
Heard you when you passed out too. Huh?
この前、保健室に運んだのも俺だ。
The fact that he's not acting embarrassed is actually quite shocking. My face flushed red, then grew pale. I didn't realize until that moment. Abel was the closest to me then, but for some reason I assumed an instructor carried me to the infirmary.
あれどうしたの
Is he gonna heal her? He has healing powers. I saw Tifalet coming out of his shop. This is nothing. I sprained my ankle earlier and...
そうなんだ。じゃあ直してあげるよ。
Huh? Growl. I heard that.
そんな大した怪我じゃないだろ。一瞬で済むよ。
Really? Then...
遠慮する。
No. I want to carry her. Don't touch her. It's so funny. She's like, yes, please. I don't want to be carried. And Abel, like, back off. Abel?
僕は別に君に言ったわけじゃないよ。
Oh. Okay then.
治療ならニルバーナに戻ってからする。
It's probably because he doesn't trust him being like an outsider and all, but I want to think of it as he's jealous.
やることは一緒じゃない。包帯を巻くか、運が良ければメフィストに治癒してもらうかだろ。
I heard Mephisto's name in there somewhere.
はあ。
He's come to an understanding.
そういうことか。
He's jealous.
でもアベル、冷静に考えてごらんよ。
俺はいつも冷静だ。
今ここで僕が彼女を治癒すれば、彼女の痛みはもう消え去れ。
That's funny. He's using her. Like, think about her to get him to agree.
でもここで治さなかったら、彼女の苦痛はまだ長引くんだよ。それとも君は彼女に苦痛を与え続けて歪んだ喜びを得たいの？そういう趣味なの？
Man, Tifalet is mean.
そんなことは思ってない。
I know. He's pulling dirty punches now.
じゃあここで治癒すべきだと思うけどな。何を騒いで。あら。
Oh.
あらあらあらあら。彼が彼女をいじめたくて仕方がないみたいで。
He insists on bullying her.
そうなの？ひどい。
I was just teasing him.
わかった。直せ。
君に命令されたくない。
Tifalet, you're being so mean. I know, right? I gotta be mad too. Tifalet, I'm sorry, but could you please use your healing magic? I'll do it for you, my lady. Oh my goodness. He's so upset. I'm gonna enjoy Tifalet's route, but the fact that he's teasing Abel just so he can get his way is really funny.
じゃあ、やるよ。
While saying that, Tifalet placed his head over my ankle and a pretty light emerged.
はい。これで治ったはず。
Thanks a lot. Poor Abel, he just wanted to carry her to Nirvana. He wanted an excuse. Tifalet's like, you're a bully. I glanced up at Abel. He looked annoyed, but carefully put me down. Yeah, it feels fine now. There was no pain when I moved my leg. Sorry for the sudden request, Tifalet.
これくらいどうってことないよ。
俺はもう行くぞ。
I think I'm out of here. I don't need this. I don't need this. Hey, Abel. See you guys later. Thanks for everything.
またね。追いかけて転んで、また捻挫しないようにね。
It's not very nice either. I waved with them and chased after Abel. Abel, hold up.
別にもっと話しててもよかったんだぞ。
Go play with your other boyfriends. That's what I heard out of that. Oh please, Tifalet could have been more tactful, but he was trying to help.
そうだな。お前はあいつらとはいつもあんな風なのか。
What do you mean by that?
親しいのか。
Isn't it normal? Sometimes you chat when I deliver the flowers to them.
なるほど。
Trying to figure it out. What's the matter?
じゃあもう一つ聞くが。
Go ahead.
朝、回廊でニケと何を話していた？
Why do you care? You're so nosy. Man. Huh? He's getting so angry about it. I realized he must have seen this. I stepped back awkwardly, which only made things more uncomfortable.
なるほど。
Wait, what do you mean?
他人に聞かれて困るような話だったんだろうな。あんなに後ろを気にするくらいだから。
Oh, did you watch her look around? That's because I blurted out more harshly than intended, angry at myself for being so obvious. I was terrible at hiding things. Xiaolei was right about that. Since I showed signs of my nervousness, I could no longer use the letter story. It was important. Something that Queen Kura asked me to do.
女王から？
Yes. That was all I could share. I didn't want to deceive Abel, but I couldn't spill the details either. It's nothing suspicious, really. Exactly what a suspicious person would say.
変。
I know, he's like, why say that? Huh? Oh. Now you're being super suspicious. Suddenly, the world turned soft orange. Twilight fell, casting a glow on Abel's cheeks and shoulder. Why did I even say that? Why was I justifying myself to Abel?
悪かった。
Abel.
疑うような真似を。
No, I was the one acting strangely.
内密の命なら仕方ない。
It is, but
戻るか。
after saying that, Abel began to walk. His pace was slightly slower than usual. I wasn't brave enough to walk by his side, so I followed a little behind. Nothing suspicious, huh?
<sighs> お腹すいた。ねえ、今日はどうする？街に食べに行く？
Sounds good. It's nice out too.
おい。
As Yuri, Alma, and I were about to leave the classroom, Abel blocked our path. Abel, is something up? Last night's events made me anxious.
ユリアナ。
何？
こいつを借りてもいいか？
は？
こいつに大事な話があるんだ。
Suddenly, all the nearby students turned and watched us in complete silence.
本人に聞いてみたら？
ああ、そうだな。
Abel then faced me again.
話したいことがあるんだ。一緒に町に行かないか？
The rest of the classroom fell silent. I sensed everyone's eager anticipation for my reply. Sure. Abel wants to take you out to town? What? What's going on? Leaving the classroom, I heard cheers from outside. Though I had no experience with these things, I understood their excitement. And that was why my heart raced even more after leaving. Do they think that he's asking her out on a lunch date? Abel didn't say anything, neither did I. I thought back to yesterday. I claimed it was nothing suspicious. I pondered about what I said without thinking last night. I came to one conclusion, but I was unsure if it was correct. For now, I contemplated what to do about the problem I was facing.
お前が好きなのは？
Huh? Abel paused and looked at the shop stall street.
昼飯。いつも町に来た時には何を食べてるんだ？
I don't stick to one place. There are so many stalls from many nations, so I choose depending on my mood.
そうか。
What about you, Abel?
俺も別に決まってない。
First we're gonna say, do you want me to pick one? What if I pick something? Is there anything you like or dislike, Abel?
特にないな。腹に入るものなら別に何でも構わない。
As long as it's edible. It's not like another character where it's like, food is nothing but nutrition. As long as it's edible, it's fine. You really don't care. I was dumbfounded by these words and nearly laughed out loud. In a way, it was a very Abel thing to say.
なんだ？おかしいか？
No, not really.
でも、笑いたそうな顔してるじゃないか。
Sorry, I just thought it was so like you.
俺らしい。
Abel's great eyes showed slight confusion. I want to assume that it's going to go back to this because she says the same thing. Do you like or dislike something?
俺も別に決まってない。
Okay, is there anything you like or dislike?
特にないな。腹に入るものなら別に何でも構わない。
You really don't care. I was dumbfounded by these words and nearly laughed out loud. It was a very Abel thing to say.
なんだ？おかしいか？
No, not really.
でも、笑いたそうな顔してるじゃないか。
Sorry, I just thought it was so like you.
俺らしい。
Abel's great eyes showed slight confusion. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
いや、怒ったとかじゃないんだが。俺らしいとはどういう意味なのかと。お前は一体俺のことをどんな人間だと思っているんだ？
What kind?
できるだけ具体的に答えてくれ。
Detailed as possible. Detailed?
そんなに答えにくいのか？
Describe me, woman. No, it's not that.
じゃあ答えろ。
His gaze felt like I was under scrutiny, leaving me at a loss. How do I handle this? Should I speak my mind or keep it diplomatic?
どうなんだ？
No save yet. We're gonna say first, you're a calm person, I guess. In my eyes, you're a calm person, Abel.
冷静。
Yeah.
冷静と食べ物の好き嫌いと一体どうつながるんだ？
No. But because you don't feel strongly about it?
なるほど。まあ当たっているかもしれないな。
In the next moment, nope, we're gonna go back. No surprises yet. Alright, you seem cold, but you're actually kind. Super blush.
優しい。俺が？
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
そうは言ってない。少し、驚いただけだ。
The fact that he stuttered and paused was so cute. Really?
どういうところが、俺の一体どういうところが優しいって言うんだ。
You are kind. I never felt more on edge. It was like standing on a battlefield, unable to drop my guard for even a moment. You know, like when you carried Mark in the forest. And how you agreed to train him. And how you wanted to carry her.
あいつのことばかりじゃないか。
No, that's not true. Those times with Mark are just obvious examples. There are plenty of others. Like when you helped me with my practice.
あれは。いや、なんでもない。
Kindness can mean different things depending on how you see it. At the very least, I think you're kind, Abel.
バカか。
Are you stupid? Excuse me?
お前は全く人を見る目がないな。
Am I?
もう少し冷静に人を判断できる目を養え。
Alright, I'll try. Oh, I really shouldn't have said that. I tried to keep my face neutral, but maybe I wasn't as successful as I thought. Abel looked at me skeptically, and I felt very awkward.
おい。
There's a lot of talking before this and in the next moment.
誤解するなよ。
Just so we're clear, what?
今のは怒ったんじゃないぞ。アドバイスしただけだ。別に俺は不愉快になったわけじゃない。そこを勘違いするな。
I'm trying to say this in the most nicest way possible. Please say it. Abel.
何か買ってくる。ここで待ってろ。
Sure. Abel hurried off towards the stalls. Left alone, I exhaled deeply. He's not mad, but he looked so annoyed. What was going to happen in the next moment? Do I need to go back? I feel like I do. Men don't like being called kind. I guess not. Perhaps for Abel, kindness was synonymous to weakness. I kind of want to go back and see what was going to happen. I think he probably just abruptly leaves, but I need to know. I don't usually go back for these things, but I must know. I have to. In the next moment...
おいアベル
Ash comes? How diverse is this choice? I don't understand.
どうした？
Ash was out of breath as he ran towards us from Nirvana's direction.
よかった見つかったレオニダスが探してるよ昼休みの間に応用剣術の内容について相談したいんだって
Light sword skills.
わかった。
Then Abel looked at me with irritation.
そういうことだ。俺は行く。こちらから連れ出したのにすまないな。
It's fine. The instructor is calling you, so don't worry about it.
そうか。じゃあ。
Abel and Pash both rushed back to the academy. I bought an almond muffin and milk tea from the stall and sat on a bench by the fountain. Okay, I am going to go back now. I'm sure it adds up now. Alright, back to the original choice. As I thought about that, Abel returned holding paper-wrapped items.
エビとアボカド、ハムとチーズ。どっちがいい？
I'm fine with either.
じゃあ、俺がハムとチーズを食べる。
Sounds good. Oh, let me pay you back. How much was it?
いらない。
Abel sharply pressed the wrapped baguette sandwich. Okay. I can't just take it, I have to.
いらないって言ってるだろ。
Just take it. Let me buy you food.
あ、その、俺が連れ出したんだし。
It's my treat. Alright, thank you. Let me treat you next time.
え?
You just catch him off guard with everything, don't you? Oh, if you don't want me to, then that's fine.
別にそんなこと言ってないだろ。
Right.
とにかく食べよ
Yeah.
う。なあ、噴水のベンチが空いてるな。あそこに座るか。
There's another one? Oh my goodness. This is so cute. She's just like eating timidly and he's not even looking at her. The sandwich was... I'm so confused. Like, each choice leads down a completely different path. I'm wondering if it leads up to anything. Like, if it meets up again. Like, it has to, right? Like, we haven't even got to a save file yet, so it's got to come back to the original path soon. But this, yeah. The sandwich was delicious. It was packed with thick sliced avocados and shrimp, and the basil sauce paired it perfectly. Except, Abel didn't say a word. He silently focused on eating his sandwich while looking away. I never thought that Abel was a conversationalist, but with Abel, it feels even harder. There's so much I want to talk about. What should I do? That was when it hit me. Could it be that just maybe the person next to me eating a ham and cheese baguette was someone I had feelings for? I never had feelings for a boy before. Boys in the village who saw me wield a sword always kept their distance from me, and I didn't mind one bit. Perhaps I was misunderstanding it, but being with Abel made my heart ache, and I couldn't talk, although I wanted to. But no, he can't either. Wondered what it was like to like someone.
おい、
Yes?
お前ってもしかしてニケのことが好きなのか？
He just comes out and asks you that. He needs to know where she stands with all these men. Like, he's getting to the point where he needs to know if he has a chance now. Huh? No, the kid is just a friend. Why would you ask that all of a sudden?
よくかばってるし、この間の模擬戦は一緒に見てたし。
That's because I looked down at the sandwich in my hands. I wasn't defending him. I hate how everyone makes Nikkei out to be the villain.
なるほど。
He's a great friend of mine. I liked my work with the medics too.
なるほど。
As for the mock battle, I lost early on, so I was with Nikkei because he wasn't in it. The warmth I felt earlier seemed to dissipate instantly. It stung that Abel thought of Nikkei and me that way. For a moment I thought I was going to cry, and I bit my lip hard. He asked about Nikkei yesterday too. Did he mean it that way? The sandwich that was so delicious earlier now tasted bland. I wanted to leave this place. And that was when I finally understood, even if I did have feelings for Abel, it didn't mean he felt the same way.
妙なことを聞いてすまなかった。
You mean he doesn't feel the same way? Why would any guy be asking you this? It's because they're interested. Not at all.
ついでにもう一つ聞いていいか？
You're gonna ask more personal questions? What?
お前、好きな男はいるのか？
He's quite bold, isn't he?
あ、
Just yelled.
やっぱりいい。
Tell him, please. Abel?
なんでもない。
It's so awkward. It's so cute. Oh.
俺はもう食べ終わったから戻る。お前はゆっくり食べてろ。じゃあな。
He's running away. Abel, wait. Where are you going? He's just running. Hey. I stood there with my half-eaten baguette sandwich. Abel was already out of my sight. What's with him? He just ran away. I know Abel is not the most, like, sociable character, but I never thought he would run away from a girl. I wanted to chase after him to ask, but I knew I wasn't brave enough to do that. Gosh. I sat back down on the bench. I decided to take a bite of the sandwich, which I couldn't really taste anymore. He asked you if you had feelings for someone. He's so interested. Why can't you see that? Okay, it does meet up eventually. Pash interrupts it if you choose the wrong path, and Abel runs away if you choose the right path. It's a bit early today, so maybe I'll go and look for a new route a bit early. New route for what? Back home? On my way back from delivering flowers, I impulsively took a street I usually avoid. You never go down the back alley. Like, why would you do this? You're going to be attacked. It had been about a month since I came to Frontier, but there were still many places and routes I haven't explored. I wanted to stay close to the main road. I carefully entered the back alleys. There I found flyers with colorful images. She's avoiding the main road, and she's going down back alleys. That just screams attack me right now. A festival. New flyers announced that the festival called Summer Luna would be held at Frontier next weekend. A festival? I thought of a certain someone. I was going to say, yay, are we going to the festival with Abel? That probably wouldn't work. Yes, it would. Do it. I haven't talked to Yuriana, but I was sure she'd want to go with her boyfriend. I didn't want to be a third wheel. I don't think I can. I thought of someone I'd like to go with, but he probably doesn't like noisy places. I guess not. Just do it. Oh my goodness. Stop it. I sighed and turned another corner. It's a bit too dark here. Maybe I... Oh, I'm sorry.
ああ、いや、こちらこ。おや。
Are you from Nirvana? His eyes wide. The person I bumped into around the corner was Instructor Modesto from Nirvana. I've seen him a few times before. If he's if he's down a back alley, he's definitely suspicious. I remembered him being at the trial too. Good evening.
君は確か魔剣の夜間外出か。
No. No, I was just delivering the Lunaria flowers to Frontier.
ああ、
He smiled, seemingly convinced.
そうだったのか。お疲れ様。気をつけてニルマーナまで戻るんだよ。
Yes, now if you'll excuse me. After I was far enough from Instructor Modesto, I turned back around. Insert creepy, sinister music. Surprisingly, he was also looking at me from where I was standing, or he was standing. Why is he watching me? Is he suspicious? I heard Instructor Modesto wasn't a former soldier. Many of the instructors were former members of the national armies or had been with Nirvana from the start. But Instructor Modesto was a noble from Milvera, brought in as a financial auditor for Nirvana. He gave occasional lectures and had fewer interactions with students. Is he still watching? I turned around again. Instructor Modesto had disappeared from the dark path. Keep your eye out for him.
え？それ、本当なのかよ。
Oh, what's the rumor now?
本当だって。同室のやつが聞いたらしくてさ。
They felt off about the cafeteria today. It was calm as always, but it felt disquieting. Hey, did something happen in the boys' dorm?
かな。ちょっと変な感じするよね。
おはようございます。二人とも。
朝か。いいところに。
はい。
Why is everyone acting weird today? Did something happen in the boys' dorm?
あ
あ。Asuka cautiously looked around.
このニルバーナにロムアと通じてる生徒がいるって噂なんですよ。
Oh, who spilled that?
え？
教官が話してるのを聞いた生徒がいるらしくて、それでもう男子寮はすっかりみんな疑心暗鬼で。
No way.
僕も嘘だと思いたいです。まあ僕が直接聞いたわけじゃないし、できる限り冷静でいたいとは思ってますが、ただ一つ不安が。
What is it?
まあ僕の考えすぎで終わることを祈ります。
Bad things can happen at the worst times. Instructor Alias was the teacher of our first class, but it was suddenly cancelled. Since the instructor is also the supreme commander, it wasn't the first time, but today.
聞いたか？マイヤとレオニダスの授業もなしになったって。
うっそ。じゃあやっぱりロムアのスパイ疑惑確定か？
I tried my best to ignore their words and quietly let my pen run. I couldn't concentrate at all because the conversation was so distracting.
今頃会議してんだろうな。
にしても一体誰なんだろうな。俺
バカ。お前なんかが秘密行動なんてできっこないだろ。
Guys, even in jest, I felt uncomfortable. Is it because of me? This wasn't directly my fault, but it wouldn't have happened if I'd found the spy. I'm so concerned about what Asuka said earlier. What did he mean by overthinking? Huh? So tell me Asuka actually has a clue of who the spy is. I glanced towards Asuka.
なあニケ、ロムアから送り込まれたらしいスパイの話、お前も知ってるだろ？うん。それってお前じゃないのか
With Richard's words, the noisy classroom fell silent. All eyes turned to Richard and Nikkei.
というか、お前しか考えられない。
Hey.
ニルバーナで最弱。いつも準備室で薬を煎じてるだけ。そんなお前がここに入学できたってことがもうそもそもおかしい。ってことはだ。何かの目的があって入り込んでるってことじゃないのか？
Richard. I impulsively rushed in front of them.
ああ、最弱候補がもう一人いたっけ？まあ、どっちでもいいけど。
彼女に関しては少なくとも最弱じゃないだろう。この間の模擬戦で難消化したんだし。
あれ？そうだったっけ？じゃあ、やっぱり怪しいのはこいつだ。
Richard looked down at Nikkei sitting in his chair.
僕じゃないよ。まあ、自分だって公衆の面前で暴露するバカはいないよな。
リシャール、もういい加減にしてください。君のその他者を見下す態度、良くないですよ。
僕は貴様のその優等生然とした態度が気に入らない。
Tension in the classroom was palpable.
別に君に気に入られたいとは思ってませんけど、でもね、どんな噂が流れているにせよ、それはあくまでも噂です。証拠があるわけじゃない。旧友を疑うような真似は慎むべきだと思いますよ。
Oh. Is that what Asuka wanted to say earlier?
証拠ならある。
どういう意味です？
教官たちが話しているのを聞いたのはこの僕だからさ。 さすがに誰が話していたかは伏せておくけど、あいつは確かに言ってた。このニルバーナにロムアと通じている生徒がいるって。
お前の耳が悪いんじゃねえの？
My stomach churned from the tension. I'd become painfully aware over the past few days that I was a terrible liar. I was scared that if I said anything, what Queen Cure asked of me might be revealed.
ニケ、お前はよく森に行ってるよな。もしかしてあそこでロムアの手先と会ってたりするんじゃないのか？
Don't say that. Nikkei is just gathering herbs. He's just doing his job as a member of the medics.
その合間に会ってるかもしれないだろ
う。Richard。
そんなスパイとかニケには無理だよ。こいつそんな器用なことできないよ。気弱いし、戦闘だって強くないし。
He's not cunning enough.
だからそこがおかしいって言ってるのを聞いてなかったのか？
The situation kept getting worse. There was no way Nikkei could be a spy, but we had no evidence to defend him with. The students in the classroom whispered among themselves, glancing at Nikkei. He was gradually being made out to be the bad guy. It was as if the students were trying to find a scapegoat. This is a save file. You're going to defend him. I have no proof, but I don't want them to see Nikkei as the spy. Richard, you say Nikkei is the spy because he goes to the forest, but did the instructors say so? You have proof that Remua soldiers and Nirvana students were both in the forest. It was sort of a gamble. I knew that information, but I wanted to see how the other students would take it. At the very least, Richard hadn't mentioned anything about the forest yet.
そこまでは聞こえなかったよ。
Then it might not be Nikkei. Even I sometimes go to the forest alone, and so do other students. I looked around the classroom while no one said anything. The accusatory stares aimed at Nikkei had ceased, but eased. I believe in Nikkei.
Saすが元衛生班。
I was annoyed by his obvious contempt, but I held myself back.
ああ、そうか。そういうことか。
What?
教官が言っていたことをもう一つ思い出したぞ。お前の村のあの戦、ロムアが絡んでるんじゃないかって話もあるらしいな。
She definitely didn't tell anyone about that. Richard.
顔色が変わったな。
I never expected my village to be brought up here. I panicked and couldn't think of what to say next.
もしかして、お前こそがロムアの手先なんじゃないのか？弱みでも握られて、言いなりになってるんじゃないのか？
No.
その辺にしとけ、リシャール。
You turn your attention to her, and Abel's going to step in.
こいつがスパイ。こんな、何でも顔に出るような女が、そんな器用な真似できるわけないだろ
う。やっぱりかばうのか、アベル。
Did you now?
ああ。
Abel.
朝香の言う通りだよ。ろくな証拠もないのに吊るし上げるような真似。見てるこっちが不愉快なんだよ。 リシャール、お前は一体何がしたいんだ？自分より弱い人間を見下したいのか？それともたまたま教官の話を聞いたことを自慢して英雄になりたいのか？どっちにしろくだらないけどな。
貴様。
Do it to Abel to put him in his place.
そんなにニケをロムアの手先にしたいのなら証拠をお前が見つけてこいよ。そうしたら信じてやるよ。それができないなら黙ってろ。
Man, he yelled that. Everyone's like, oh my goodness.
すっげえ迫力。
正直殺すかと思いました。リシャールのことを。
Before I knew it, I was running after Abel out of the classroom. He was mad. He's gone. He was no longer visible in the corridor. I wanted to talk to Abel, so I started looking for him. He's not here. He's not in the backyard either. I know, he must be there. Training, maybe? Oh, in his private room. Oh. This was the classroom where Abel had previously been reading, and I found him there alone by the window. Abel, do you mind if I come in?
ここは教室だ。別に俺の許可なんていらないだろう。
Very able answer. Right. I nodded and entered. Although I was in the classroom, I couldn't move from where I stood. Abel wasn't far, but he felt terribly distant.
俺に何か用なのか？
Oh, yeah, it's nothing big, but earlier... I paused. I was grateful he had defended Nikkei. That's why I had searched the academy for him. But saying that might lead to another misunderstanding. I know, right? Thank you for defending my friend.
さっきのニケとリシャールのことか。
You just say thank you for defending me. How should I explain it? I tried to think.
なんだよ。言いたいことがあるなら早く言え。
Sorry.
そんなに言いにくいことなのか？
It's more like, no matter how much I thought, I could only think of the same things. Can't stay quiet, so I should just try my best. Earlier, I wanted to thank you for defending Nikkei.
またあいつのことなのか。
Here comes his jealousy. Sorry, you're right. But it still made me happy. I don't want to make Richard the bad guy, but I didn't like what he was saying. You were amazing for saying that, Abel. You're strong and I admire you.
憧れる？
Huh? Oh, that's not what I meant. He's like, what do you mean? Spill it, woman. Oh.
変ってなんだよ。
Exactly. Spell it. What do you mean? Tell us. Tell him how you feel. He really wants to know. He must have fallen really hard for her already.
この前も言ってたけど、じゃあお前がよく口にするその変ってなんだ？
Oh. He grabbed my arm tightly, and it slightly hurt, but I realized it wasn't uncomfortable.
答えろ。それってどういう意味だよ。
Abel. He grabbed my other arm just as tightly, holding me in place. I was unable to move. My body felt tense for a brief moment, but then it was odd how I could feel the coldness of his hand.
ほら、答えろ。
I...
昨日、お前に好きな男はいないのかって聞いたよな。
Yes, we must know.
いるのか？
He really wants to know. My goodness.
いないのか
Uh,
どっちだ答えろ。
Abel. I looked up to see Abel's smoky gray eyes. I knew he had a handsome face, but up close, his long eyelashes caught my attention. I wondered if his straight black hair would feel soft to touch, or perhaps coarse. Sharp chin. We're just going to admire him. His sharp chin was strikingly masculine, making him seem otherworldly.
なぜ黙ってるんだ
We're admiring your face. His deep voice slowly resonated within me. Although we had spoken many times before, it sounded different now. Abel, when you face someone with a sword, you instantly know whether you can win or not. Right then, I knew I could never defeat Abel. I could only surrender to his intense gaze. I think I do. Oh, I'm gonna tell him, please. He loosened his grip slightly. I could now free myself if I tried.
そうか
He's going to assume this, not him. It's just the way he said that. He just knows. He just thinks anyway. But it's not Nikkei.
Mm.
And it's not Lustin or Pash or Asaka.
じゃあ誰だよまさか教官
He can't be the instructor. See, he's thinking that he's the last person that she would like. It's the person in front of me right now.
お
Abel grew quiet. His eyes were wide with doubt, and he didn't say another word. This is my answer. It's not a lie. I twisted my body a bit to move away. I knew it. As soon as she said that, I'm like, he's going to kiss her. I just knew it. Oh my goodness, we have so many CGs to choose from. The way he's been demanding all these questions from her, I knew. I was like, he must have fallen so hard for her, like the last chapter. Suddenly, I felt him tower over me, and in the next moment, his lips pressed against mine. Oh. I couldn't believe it at first. Abel was kissing me. I struggled to process what was happening as I stood there wide-eyed in utter disbelief. Abel. Despite his hands being so cold, his lips were smooth and warm.
好きだお前のことが
This is making me all giddy.
いつからかはよくわからないでも気づいたら好きだった
His breath caressed my lips and I felt his embrace tighten.
ただお前に好きな男がいるなら奪うのはかわいそうだと思った
Aw, he's so sweet. He wouldn't act on his feelings if she liked someone else. He's such a nice guy. But that was really unexpected. Abel was so commanding like a king. I never knew he felt this way.
だが誰もいないならもう絶対に誰にも渡さない
He turned from... He's got a possessive side to him. Not gonna let anyone else have you. Oh. Aw. He pressed his lips so firmly against mine that I couldn't breathe. It was daytime, and someone might walk into the classroom, yet I couldn't bring myself to care.
好きだラン
I think that's his first time to ever say her name. My knees buckled when I heard that. Had he not been holding me, I would have fallen to the floor.
手に入れられた
You're finally mine? Oh my goodness.
ずっと欲しかったお前を手に入れられた
I can't believe how strongly he feels for her.
好きだ
Abel's voice was hushed. As I closed my eyes, I felt spellbound, captivated by the rush of affection as he kissed me. Wow, I was not expecting all that. He was so passionate and possessive. I'm sorry, but that whole scene made me incredibly happy. I'm not gonna lie. Good evening.
看板。あら、もしかして風邪でも？
Is her face super flushed? Huh?
顔が赤くありません？熱でも？
I mean, I would probably be super embarrassed too if I made out with a student in a classroom. Huh? I'm fine. I think it's because I ran here. I don't have a cold, so don't worry.
そうですか？ならいいんですが。
I'll leave the flowers here. Bye. Bye. That's so funny. You're gonna run into someone else, isn't she? That surprised me. I closed the door of green drops and placed my hands against both of my cheeks. It had been hours since that happened, but my cheeks were still hot. It had been hours. Your Honor was also worried and asked me if I was sick. It's so surprising. You never know what tomorrow brings. I heard that saying before, but I couldn't predict the next second, let alone tomorrow. Who knew it would turn out this way? I know. You go after Abel, not thinking anything. He's like, I love you. Just thinking about it made my face burn up again. My heart was stirred more by surprise than joy alone. I wonder if I can look Abel in the eyes tomorrow. I thought as I stood in front of the door. I'm like, the music stopped. What's gonna happen?
すみませんがお嬢さん、そこを通していただけるかな？
Are you blocking the entrance to the door? Oh. I looked up and saw a man with an impressive build. Sorry, go ahead.
ああ、ありがとう。
I opened the door to Green Drops and he smiled easily at me. I should stop getting in people's way and get these delivered. Still too many choices left. Man, if this is going to be a long one to edit, I'm going to be so upset. Especially since I'm starting so late. I started so late recording. It's 2 a.m. So, like, I'll try to edit some of it tonight, but it's going to have to be, like, tomorrow when I get up. Hopefully I can get up before noon. I shifted the weight of the flower basket and headed to the next delivery destination. But who was that person? He looked a bit familiar. Oh. I didn't think about it because I haven't seen a picture. You say he looked familiar. Is that the older Wilhelm? I think he is. I want to go back. Hold on. Actually, I don't think it is. I only get a side view of him in the review. So the guy just there, he doesn't have quite the same haircut. I mean, maybe it could be him. He definitely has the same hair color because Wilhelm has red hair. But the guy in the picture for the main characters and roots section, he looks a lot younger than that guy. But like I said, I only have a profile image, so I don't really know. But if she's mentioning this, then he's obviously important. So I guess we'll find that out later. We had our combat training in the morning. As always, I trained without using the cursed sword.
Oh.
Huh? While I was lightly sparring with Leston, he suddenly stopped. What's the... Oh. I saw King Sarazar at the entrance of the arena with a few of his attendants.
珍しいな、あの人だけで来るなんて。
Really?
いつもは清良様と一緒が多かった気がするな。お忍びってことでもないだろうし。
Maybe Queen Kiora will also arrive later.
そうだな。
We then resumed our practice. King Sarazar occasionally looked over at us, but only approached once class had ended.
Yeah.
Oh, she says this all the time. Like, I wonder what the actual Japanese text here is. That they have to translate it as O, like every single time. Might just be like, huh? Or some kind of acknowledgement sound. I was taking a walk in the yard after lunch when I suddenly encountered King Sarazar. His attendants weren't with him.
ここで君に会うと、やはりこの場所が一番君にしっくりくる気がするな。
Huh?
もうすっかりニルバーナの一員という顔になった。
Thank you.
ところで、今日私がここを訪れたのは、君と二人きりで話したかったからなのだ。キオラの城に君を呼んでしまうと、必然的に彼女にも話を聞かれてしまうからね。
Are you talking about search for a certain someone?
聡明で助かるよ。
King Sarazar smiled faintly, and I looked up at the colorful magic circle in the sky.
経過はどうかな？
I'm sorry, there hasn't been anything yet.
目星はついたかな？
I'm sorry, but
まさかとは思うが、誰かをかばったりはしていないだろうね。
I immediately thought of what happened yesterday. But it wasn't exactly protecting someone as King Sarazar was implying. I also didn't think that Nikkei was the one. No, I'm not. I couldn't even find anyone to protect.
なるほど。
But I will find him at all cost.
私は思うのだ。君はこの役目を全うするには優しすぎるのではないかと。君が真面目で熱意のある生徒だということはエリアスからも聞いているし、私自身の評価もそう食い違っていない。村のこともある。キオラが君を選んだのもわかる。だがすでに生徒の間にロムアのスパイがいるという噂が流れてしまったようだね。
That's...
それに関しては君は無関係だと認識している。話をしていた教官もそれを聞いた生徒もこちらで把握した。もし本当にロムアとの戦いが起きるのなら、それは君たちがかつて一度も体験したことのないような大規模なものになるだろう。質的にも数的にも西側の連合軍とロムア軍は拮抗している。勝つためには戦略が肝心だ。その戦略が敵に漏れるようなことがあればわかるね。
Yes.
君に頼んだ時とまた事態は変わってしまった。これからキオラのもとに赴き、別の誰かに。
King Sarazar taking a sharp breath. I reacted by turning around. Ah, is it Abel?
友も連れずに何をしてるんだ？
彼女と秘密の話がしたくてね。
Abel slowly walked over and glared at King Sarazar.
秘密の話はもう終わったのか？
一応ね。
ならさっさと消えればいいだろう。
Get out of here. Abel. Abel's attitude towards King Sarazar was always off, but today he was outright rude.
君は本当に愉快だな、アベル。一国の王である私にそんな態度を取れるのは君くらいのものだろうね。
ああ。それは大変申し訳ありませんでした。
Hey, Abel.
別に怒ってなどいないよ。魔剣の主と戦って勝利できるほどの男だ。それくらいの傲慢さは許そう。
恐縮です。
時にアベル。今このニルバーナはロムアからのスパイの噂で騒がしいらしいね。君に心当たりはないかい？
ない。
そうか。残念だ。私はロムアの城下に部下を送り込んでいるのだが、王城に大量の武器や食料が運び込まれているらしい。そう遠くない未来、こちらに侵略を進めてくる可能性が高いと考えている。
Is there intel on that?
私としては戦は極力避けたい。いや、もちろんキオラやイルダスもそう思っている。だが今のロムア国王であるロジオンは容赦のない非情な男だ。
Rosian. It sounds very similar to the guy from My Next Life as a Villainess. I'm pretty sure his name was Rosian too, like old name.
和平には応じないだろう。ロジオンは近年の戦で王子2人を亡くしている。
Oh man.
それでもあれだけの苛烈な進撃を続けるのは、あの国の資源が枯渇しかかっているからだろう。こちらとしても全力で迎え撃つ覚悟はできているが、長い長い戦いになる可能性もある。確か幼い姫君が残っていたはずだ。彼女たちの代になれば和平を結べるかもしれない。
Do you believe that the war would truly take that many years? Just thinking about it gave me chills. Seeing the scars of war in my own village and during missions was suffocating enough. I'd go insane if it lasted over 10 years.
国を治めていくためには、さまざまな可能性を想像しておくものだよ。
Right. I weakly responded.
そんなつまらない想像はしなくていい。
Abel?
ほう。なぜ？
この俺が必ずロムア王ロジオンを撃つと決めているからだ。
I will strike him down. Oh.
これは素晴らしい。君からそんな言葉を聞けるとは。
We know you are not a spy.
少し安心したよ。これからも頑張ってくれたまえ、アベル。では。
King Sarazar smiled meaningfully before he returned to the building. Now that we were alone, I couldn't help but quietly think about yesterday.
あいつは本当にいけすかないな。
Don't say it like that.
あいつが王だからか？
Huh? I didn't expect Abel to respond that way. Seeing how I was at a loss for words, Abel heaved a sigh.
ちょうどいいから、お前にも改めて言っておく。俺は絶対にこの手でロムア王のロジオンを撃つ。
Abel's tone and expression were so different from yesterday that I stepped back. There was some deep-seated emotion there that went beyond a simple mission. Hatred, yes, I intuitively felt hatred was the correct emotion. Abel? Does he have a beef with Romoa? Maybe he is from there. Maybe he's a runaway. He always had this attitude that caused people to misunderstand him as cold-hearted, but I sensed a clear sense of antagonism. To answer your question, yes, I suppose. Oh. I met someone I didn't want to, that's it. Okay, these are lines from him, so I don't remember that one. Met someone I didn't want to. That I do remember that one. I think that's when he was that came up in the conversation for why he joined Nirvana, I think. His existence irritates me, but don't worry, it has nothing to do with you. Don't remember that one. No, this wasn't the first time. He showed the same sharp glare before when he talked about the royal exhibition match. Could it be that he had lost to the king of Ramua during that match? I was thinking, I know he lost to someone. He's got to have lost to someone. I think that's the reason why he's here, to get stronger.
これはお前のためでもあるんだぞ。
Wasn't expecting to hear that either.
お前の故郷の村はロムアのせいで滅んだんだろう。俺が必ず仇を討ってやる。
Abel, when he said that, I sensed a deep passion in his eyes, as intense as that hatred.
俺がこのニルバーナの生徒だからという理由だけじゃない。俺は俺とお前のためにロムアを滅ぼす。
But I was painfully aware of what Abel felt, but I couldn't fully accept it. Abel didn't know the details of the attack. He must have come to this conclusion just from what he had heard from Richard.
なんだ、喜ばないのか、嬉しくないのか。
Abel, this is another save file. Did it save? Okay. We are not happy. His glare was always ruthless. His piercing gaze saw right through me, watching for any sign of dishonesty. I was afraid of saying it out loud, but I also didn't want to twist whatever was inside of me. I'm not happy. Abel's expression tensed up, but I couldn't turn back now. Even if Ramua is destroyed, it wouldn't bring back my village or father. Listen, Abel. I'm a member of Nirvana, so if war really broke out with Ramua, I have a duty to win. But you heard King Sarazar earlier. I hope that there will be no war.
お前。
Abel, if you're saying this because you care about me, thank you. But I would never ask you to avenge my village or take any sort of revenge.
なぜだ。
Why not?
お前は憎くないのか。ロムアがなければお前の村は滅ぶことがなかったんだぞ。お前も父親を失わずに済んだろう。
And Ramua must have done him dirty somewhere.
すべてロムアのロジオンが元凶だろう。なぜ憎まないんだ。
Abel, he wasn't crying, but the pain emitted from Abel's entire being was so palpable that I felt it too. Hey, Abel, do you hate Ramua? Of course we all don't want Ramua to invade us, but it's not just about me, is it? Do you have another reason? You truly never know what could happen next. It was as if that sweet and passionate moment from yesterday had never happened. A heavy silence settled between us.
そんなものは何もない。
Why are you lying? Why are you keeping this from us? Oh.
ただ、お前の考えが甘いだけだ。
Man, he's so mad that he leaves. Abel. I wonder how cold the water is. Okay. That night I was in Frontier again. There was no Lunaria deliveries that day, but I didn't want to be at the academy. My gloom was obvious, and I couldn't respond to Yuriana if she asked me about it. I knew I shouldn't have said that. I threw a pebble by my feet into the ocean, but the ocean at night was too dark for me to see where it fell. I don't want to go back.
よかった。すぐ見つかった。
Oh? Why are you relieved to find her? Oh. I turned around and saw Xiaolei. Something about him seemed different today. What's wrong? Did something happen?
あなたにとても大事な話があるの。店に来て。
Sure.
何か飲む？ああ、そうだ。あなたには まだ私の国のお茶を出してなかったわよね。これどう？トンファンメイレンっていうのよ。美人になれるお茶なの。そうそう、お菓子も出さないと。これなんだけど、どう？おいしそうでしょ？ユエピンって言ってね。中にはくるみと松の実が入ってるの。
He's definitely stalling. Although he was smiling, it was obvious it's not his usual smile.
さあどうぞ、たくさん召し上がれ。
Xiaolei placed a fragrant tea and golden brown cakes in front of me and smiled, but again something was off. What's going on? You found something.
まさかこんなことになるなんて。
Xiaolei, is this about the spy? If you found out something, please tell me.
正確にはそのことではないけれど、でも関係あるかもしれない。その前にほら、それ食べて。甘いものを食べて心を安らかにしておけば、ショックが少なくて済むかもしれないじゃない？
I don't even know if I could eat any of it right now. Xiaolei gracefully brushed his hair back. I'll be fine, I think.
多分ね。まあ言い濁しても事実が変わるわけじゃないしね。潔くいきますか。
Yes, please. Xiaolei forced a smile and took a sip of tea.
あなたのお友達のアベル。
I knew it was going to be something about him. I mean, I guess it's his root and all, but still. That name made my heart skip a beat. Although I was the one who asked, I had not expected to hear his name here.
あの子ね。ロムアのロジオンの息子よ。
What? I was not expecting. So he is a runaway. I don't think he's the spy because of how much he hates him, but still. Oh my goodness. So everything is going to point to Abel as the spy, but he's not the spy. I know he's not. Not with how passionately he hates Romoa and the king, his father. Oh my goodness. Oh, please, Xiaolei, if you're going to tease me, you should pick another topic. I stood up reflectively from the chair with a shaky voice, but Xiaolei went on with a soft expression.
本人に確かめたわけじゃないから、確定ではないけどね。正確には、アベルが息子というより、アベルの母親がロジオンの愛人だったということになるかしらね。
What?
あなた、この前言ったでしょ？ニケが森で会った子たちのこと。それで、軽く素性を調べてみたの。
A light background check brought up Abel as son of the king. Okay. Background checks.
アベルの母親がロムアの王城にいた時の女官が見つかった。お祭りの翌日にここに来てくれるって。
She's coming the day of the festival?
そこで改めて話を聞くつもりよ。もし都合がついたら、その日の夜にでも来てちょうだい。
You're lying. I exclaimed, even though Xiaolei wasn't to blame. Sorry, I'm really sorry. It's just so...
信じたくなければ信じなくてもいい。あなたの気持ちが休まるのなら、いくらでも私を悪者にしてくれて構わないわ。
No, that's not what I meant.
ただ、すべてがつながったわけじゃないのよ。そこをあまり悲観しすぎちゃダメ。
I know, everyone's going to jump to conclusions that he's the spy. But still...
下世話に考えるなら、アベルの父親が 別の男という可能性もある。今はっきりと分かっているのは、アベルの母親だった女性が短期間ロムアの王城にいたということだけ。
Wait, did you say was?
彼女、エメラというのだけれど、もう亡くなっているのよ。それは確か。それと、こんなことを今のあなたに言っても気休めかもしれないけれど、たとえもし本当にアベルとロジオンが実の親子であったとしても、アベルが例のスパイと決まったわけじゃないわ。
I know, remember how much he detested him a second ago.
考えてみて。実子にそんなことさせるかしら。
See, someone said he lost 2 princes in the war too. I wonder what that meant. Wonder if any of them were referring to him.
もっとも、実は素晴らしく仲のいい親子で、父親のために潜り込んだっていうのなら、話は別だけどね。
Yeah, they're definitely not one big happy family. A happy family. Don't you hate them? If it weren't for Ramua, your village might not have been destroyed. You wouldn't have lost your father. Why don't you hate them? I recall the painful cries during the day. I don't think he is.
あら、そうなの？
Abel really hates Ramua, there's no doubt about that.
そう。
Xiaolei looked down and took a slow sip of his tea. I'm sorry, Xiaolei, I took my anger out on you.
気にしてないわ。
Thank you for looking so far into this.
こういう関係は広いの。職業柄。
After saying that, Xiaolei flashed his usual charming smile, giving me a sense of relief. I'll be going back now.
ああ、待って。包んであげる。どうぞ。あのお友達と食べて。これはあなたを慰めようと思って買ったものだから。
Okay, I'll take it with me. What is it? Abel, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? I never thought I'd hear that. I wasn't sure if I should be the one to ask about it or wait for further orders after consulting with Queen Cura and the others. But as Xiaolei said, it's too early to say if he's the spy or not. Huh? I saw someone familiar and stopped. That same guy again. That's Instructor Modesto. He looked nervous as he walked at a brisk pace. That reminds me, do instructors have curfews? No, I guess they wouldn't. Follow him? I would follow him. She's gonna ignore it. Is this gonna be a 2-hour video? Oh my goodness. I ended up not sleeping a wink. The only upside was that Uriana really enjoyed the mooncake I brought back.
ねえ、何かまた悪い夢でも見た？
No, it's not that. I just couldn't sleep. I gave an awkward smile as I spooned into the minestrone soup at breakfast.
おいおい、今やっばいこと聞いた。
What happened, Pash?
教官が。
Oh?
教官が？何よもう。
モデストが死んだって。
What? What? Oh no. First class was self-study again. Though our homeroom teacher, Instructor Leonidas, didn't mention anything, the whole class was buzzing about it.
俺もまさかって思ったよ。今日の朝さ、俺は庭掃除の当番でさ、校門の前をせっせと入ってたわけ。そしたら衛兵たちが血相を変えてやってきてさ、モデストが城下の外れの木で死んでたって。 俺も耳を疑ったよ。
Despite Pasha's awkward expression, the other students, filled with worry and curiosity, urged him to continue. What should I do? Maybe I should report to Instructor Leonidas about last night. A student and instructor passing by each other in town wasn't unusual. He was found dead after that, so right now it was unclear whether it was a murder or suicide, but that seemed to be fueling the students' curiosity. Instructor Modesto was walking quickly. Was someone hurried to their death? It suggested that he was meeting someone and could have been murdered there. I didn't see who he was meeting, so I can't just assume. I should have followed him.
しかしさ、もしかしてさ、モデストが死んだのって例のロムアのスパイ絡みなのかな。
Hearing that, I found myself gripping my pen tightly.
ありそうありそう。あの時にリシャールが言ってたよな。教官の話を聞いたって。それってさ、もしかして。
口封じ
じゃあね。
ってことは他殺。
じゃあやっぱりこの中にロムアの手先がいるってことか？誰だ？
君たち、またそうやって不謹慎ですよ。教官が亡くなったのに。
Asuka stood up and reprimanded them. As a basic rule, students at Nirvana chose their own classes, so we didn't have a class representative. But this was how Asuka typically led everyone, unlike Abel, who often acted like a commander on the battlefield. That's right, Abel. I glanced at Abel, who was sitting quietly at the back of the classroom. He was reading a book, seemingly unaffected. That alone was somewhat reassuring. That boy. He's the son of Rosie and Ramua. Those words echoed in my head all night. I didn't think Xiaolei was lying, nor did I believe Abel's hatred for Ramua was feigned. And with the instructor Modesto incident, I don't even know where to start.
まあ朝か、お前が真面目なのはわかるけどさ、実際のところ教官が死んだってのは穏やかじゃないだろ。
それはそうですけど。
じゃあさ、みんなで犯人探ししね。ほら、この間とはまた訳が違うじゃん。実際に死人も出たし、俺が第一報を聞いたのも何かの縁だと思うんだよ。それにそもそもさ、モデストを殺したのがうちの生徒って保証もないわけで。
それ以前に他殺ってまだ決まってないですよ。
浅川ほんと真面目だな。自殺する理由なんてないじゃん。
それはわからないよ。人それぞれ何に悩んでるかなんて。
それはまあそうだけど。
ほらほら、やっぱり殺されたんだよ。俺たちでモデストの敵討ちしてやろう。
お前は面白がってるだけだろ。あいつの授業を取ってるわけでもないのに。
違うよ、正義のためだよ、正義。
No. The door suddenly swung open, and the talking in the room instantly ceased.
バッシュ。
You've been called out.
はい。
So timid.
バカな叫びが教室の外まで聞こえてたぞ。
すみません。
Instructor Leonidas scanned the classroom with a stern glare as he spoke.
もうすでに知っているものも多いと思うが、モデスト教官が自殺した。
I think they're saying that just to cover it up now. Ash raised his voice and the instructor glared at him again.
死因は縊死。状況から見ても間違いない。彼が自ら死を選んだ理由については、
俺たち教官もわからない。何か思い悩んでることがあったのだろうが、彼の苦悩に気づくことができず、教官一同ことを申し訳なく思っている。お前たちもショックだとは思うが、彼の死に事件性はない。今後は授業に集中するように。
待ってください、教官。俺たちには真相を知る権利があると思うんですが。
Lustin knows something.
教官たちもご存知ですよね。このニルバーナにロムアの息がかかった生徒がいるという噂が流れていること。
知ってはいるが、そのような事実は全く確認されていない。お前たちのつまらない妄想だ。
そうでしょうか。リシャールが教官の話を立ち聞きしたと言っていましたが、では彼が嘘を吹聴していると。
He saw the instructor at a loss for words. Richard was in the corner of the classroom, grinning with his face rested on his hand.
モデスト教官が口封じを目的に殺害された可能性はゼロだと言い切れるのでしょうか。教官、ここは普通の学校ではないし、俺たちもごく一般的な学生ではありません。もしそのような事実があるなら、俺たちが犯人を。
その必要はない。さっきも言ったように、噂は把握してはいる。けれど、その件に関しては、こちらで慎重に捜査を進めるつもりだ。
So he was trying to lie so the students don't go and investigate on their own.
つまり、生徒は黙って見てろと。
そういうことだ。
そうですか。
いいかお前たち、よく聞け。くだらない噂にいちいち惑わされるんじゃない。ニルバーナの生徒とあろう者が嘆かわしいぞ。
Why are you ashamed?
そんなこと言ったって普通は気になるっしょ。
パッシュ。
すみません。
Sorry, not sorry.
とにかく今後一切この話は禁止する。禁を破った者には厳罰を与えるからそのつもりで。
はーい。
はーい。
午後からは授業は通常通り行う。以上。
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed listening to Lustin's formal talk when it came to the instructor. He was talking very politely to him. The classroom remained quiet even after the instructor had left. It was clear that there was discontent with the instructor's response.
すっきりしないな。
あれ、絶対何か隠してると思うんだけど。
俺もそう思う。珍しく意見があったな、パシュ。
そうだ。さっきの続き、俺たちの手で他殺って証拠をつかめばいいんじゃね？
Ash.
俺、あんたは反対？
It's not that I'm against it, but to be honest, I wasn't convinced either. Had I not seen him last night, I would have believed the instructor, but I couldn't support Pash either.
真実を知りたいのは確かなんですけど、犯人探しは僕ちょっと反対です。
うん、僕も。
どうしてだよ。
パッシュは忘れたんですか？この間リシャールがニケに絡んだ時のこと。
忘れてないけど、それがなんか関係あんのかよ。
その昔魔女裁判っていうのがあって、
いきなり魔女ってなんだよ。
昔は魔法が不吉だって恐れられていて、魔女だってわかると火あぶりになったんだそうです。
冗談だろそんな。っていうかモデストと魔女がどんな関係。
朝香が言いたいのはこういうことだよね。その魔女裁判で疑わしきは罰せよで無実の女性がたくさん殺されたって。
そうです。不審だとは僕も思いますよ。でもモデスト教官のことだってスパイと関わってるって証拠があるわけじゃない。そんな中で犯人探しなんて結局また無関係の人間をやり玉にあげて傷つけることになるかもしれない。
それはもう
やめた方がいい。
Abel suddenly interrupted, and I almost jumped in surprise.
アベルまで明らかに怪しいのに。
明らかに怪しいからだよ。正直言えば俺も自殺だとは思ってない。
ほらやっぱり。
ただもし本当にロムアンが絡んでいるのだとしたら、俺たちの不用意な行動が戦の引き金にならないか不安なんだ。もう一つ、俺だったらもし本当に何か隠蔽したいことがあるなら、それを探ろうとしたやつを消す。
すごいな。アベルはそこまで考えてるんだね。さすがだ。
俺たちの手で犯人を暴きたい気持ちももちろんある。ただ時期が時期だけに慎重に行動すべきだ。
はーい。
まあそういうことならしょうがないし。
もしかしたらすでにレオニダスたちは何か掴んでるのかもしれないしな。
ですよね。
No. The class ended at the perfect time. Abel said nothing more and left the room. As he walked out the door, he glanced over at me. And that conversation took forever, didn't it? This is one of those occasions where the topic drags on for far too long. Like, it didn't need to be that. And what was that about the witches? Like, I read it and I understood it, but I feel like it has nothing to do with anything. Anyway. In a brief moment that I hesitated following after him or speaking up, he had already disappeared. Yuriana, I just remembered I have something to do and I need to go see the instructor.
またね。
There he is. I immediately found who I was looking for. Not the instructor, it's Abel, right? Oh, okay, it is. Instructor Alias.
おや、どうした？
I glanced around me. Ever since accepting the role of spy hunter, I'd gotten used to doing things like that. There's something I must tell you about Instructor Modesto. I checked behind me. I lowered my voice. It may be nothing important, but I saw the instructor in town last night.
なんだって？
The instructor was going somewhere in a hurry, considering the direction it was towards the outskirts of the town. Instructor Alias scanned the area around just like I did.
その他に何か？
I'm sorry, that's all I have right now. It was something that bothered me, so...
そうか。ありがとう。君は キオラ様に人探しを任されているね。大丈夫。責めるつもりで聞いたのではない。ただ、そんな君に隠し事は良くないと思うから、一つ伝えておこうと思う。
What is it?
人探しについては、すでに相談を受けている。ただ、私たちが表立って動くのは難しい。その点では、君に感謝している部分もあるのだ。
Not at all. I'm sorry I'm useless so far.
君の方で目星はついたかい？
I tried my best to hide my hesitation, but I wasn't sure if I was successful. I'm sorry, not yet. I shook my head slightly.
誰かをかばってはいないだろうね。
Instructor Alias asked so calmly, but there was sadness in his eyes.
ある生徒が、ロムア国王ロジオンの実子だという情報があるのだが、君は知らないかな？
Instructor. After I exclaimed, I fixed my gaze intensely on Instructor Alias's face, even though it only made me look more suspicious.
伝えておきたいと言ったのはそのことなのだ。今のところ、その生徒が一番立場が悪い。
I know, it makes him so suspicious, doesn't it?
ただ、その生徒がロムアと接触していたという確かな証拠が全くつかめない。モデストのこともそうだ。自殺とも他殺とも言える状況で、やはり決め手となる証拠がない。本当に無関係なのか、それとも巧妙なのか、何とも言えない。
Skillfully hidden. Hidden skillfully. I remembered the village. If everything was connected, then I had to admit that their schemes were elaborate.
疑いたくはない。私にとってここにいる者たちは皆、可愛い生徒だ。疑わしきは罰せずということもある。しかし、私たちはこのミルベリアを、そして西側の平和を守るために存在している。それが最優先だ。そしてそれは、君も同じはずだ。もう一度尋ねよう。君はその生徒に関することは何も知らないね。
It's not a save. At first we're gonna say I don't know, but she is gonna tell him the truth. I don't know.
そうか。
The instructor patted me on the shoulder and walked away. He probably knows. Now that I was alone, I realized just how reckless my words were. If that was the only thing I could say, Abel still needed more time. He didn't do anything wrong. So I couldn't do anything to corner him. I thought of Abel's expression earlier as I headed to my next class.
Oi.
Oh, he's finally paying us a visit? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say I do know.
もう一度尋ねよう。君はその生徒に。
I checked behind me again. I do know him. I'm sorry that I lied, and I will face any consequences. However, there is something I must tell you. That student, he hates Romua.
ゾウ？それは。
I don't know the reason why, but his strong hatred and repulsion made me hesitate to even ask about it. He vowed to defeat the king of Romua. I doubt he was lying when he said that.
ジップを撃つと。
Yes, that's right. Saying it out loud, I felt the weight of those words. If it weren't for Romua, your village might have been destroyed. You wouldn't have lost your father. It's all Rosian of Romua's fault. Why don't you hate them? His voice and expression were filled with pain. It didn't feel like an act.
何かあの二人に確執があるということなのか。
I believe so. My nervousness began to subside. I wasn't only trying to defend Abel, I also wanted to know his truth. Granted, I understand this doesn't prove he isn't the culprit, but I just wanted to let you know.
そうだな。ありがとう。
I'll try to find out more on my end.
わかった。だが、モデストのこともある。くれぐれも一人で先走ったりはしないように。
Yes, I'll be careful. I'll excuse myself now. I bowed and left the area.
Oi.
Whoa.
突然なんだけどさ、俺、お前に話しておかなきゃならないことがあるんだ。
What? The last time Wilhelm suddenly spoke to me was when I was heading to the Lunaria tree.
この間は悪かったな。いきなり暴れちまって。
Oh.
一応、反省してる。
It's alright. I was just surprised and collapsed. Thankfully, nothing happened. Wilhelm?
あのさ、俺もうすぐ消えるんだ。
What? Wait, what do you mean by that?
強いて言うなら、寿命？
What does that mean? If the cursed sword loses its life inside, is it still the cursed sword? You're a lifespan, but you're still a child.
と思うだろ？実は俺様はもう何百年も生きてんの。
Or centuries.
そう。つっても、この剣の中でだけどな。だからまあ、しゃあない。
He said it so matter-of-factly, there was no trace of worry or sadness. I wonder if what he called a vanishing was different from death in our world.
まあ俺もこの魔剣の中にいるのも相当飽きてきたんで、消えるのは全然構わないんだけどさ。
But...
そんなしょぼくれた声出すなよ。俺がお前の人生の何倍この中にいると思ってんだよ。
Yeah, but...
もう十分魔剣の中は堪能したよ。いい加減自由になりたいんだ。
Free.
そう、自由。
Wilhelm, can I ask you something? Why are you in the cursed sword?
知るか、そんなもん。
You don't know. Then how do you know that you're vanishing?
ああ。まあお前になら話してもいいか。一応俺の宿主だしな。正直言うとさ、俺の魔力もう相当減ってんの。この中にいる間にちょっとずつ減って、ああそろそろ使い切るんだなーって。
That means...
そういう意味ではまあお前貧乏くじ引いたかもな。最強の俺様だった頃に比べると、まあちょっとだけ弱くなってる。魔剣の力が不安定なのもそれもあるのかなって。それを抜きにしてもお前は俺の持ち主の中では歴代最弱だけどな。
Sorry.
あいつさ、強かったよな。あの黒髪の。
Oh, you mean Abel?
そういう名前なんだな。よし、覚えとくぜ。俺様を打ち負かした唯一の男として。
Wilhelm?
あの時はさ、すげえムカついたけど、それこそ次に会ったらぶっ殺すとか思ったけど。あれからしばらく一人で考えてさ、なんか答えが出ちゃったんだよな。
What's that?
この世界はさ、俺がいなくても大丈夫なんだなって。
I know. Make the cursed sword vanish forever. Make everyone happy. What? Hey, Wilhelm, please don't say things like that. Everyone still needs you.
あいつはさ、負けんなんてなくても強いじゃん。
You mean Abel? He is especially strong, but that has nothing to do with you, Wilhelm.
お前な、誤解すんなよ。俺は尻尾巻いて逃げるとかじゃねえからな。さっき言った寿命のことも本当だし、その上であのアベルのことで満足して消えるんだよ。
Satisfied?
俺は自分を倒してくれるやつに会いたかったのかもしれないな。
Wilhelm?
そう思ってたわけじゃないんだけど、あいつと戦った後にそう思えたんだ。
I kind of understand, but maybe I don't.
まあわかんねえだろうな、女には。
Hey.
最弱にはわかんねえこともあるんだよ。俺がいなくなったら心配だよ、お前。
I'm worried about you. Really?
本当に。
How much time do you have left?
わかるか、そんなの。でもそれほど長くはないだろうな。
I see.
まあ、そういうわけだから、そのうちいきなり俺が消えても驚くなよ。それからこのことは、他の奴らには内緒にしとけ。面倒だから。
A secret, but...
いいから黙っとけ。別れの挨拶とか面倒なんだよ。お前みたいにしんみりされるとまたうざいし。消えた後にお前がまとめて弁解しろ。
Alright. I agreed at the time because I thought it was Wilhelm's way of being considerate. Wilhelm, could you at least give me a warning before you vanish? And, if possible, just if it's even remotely possible, please don't disappear. I was surprised about the cursed sword at first, but if it weren't for it, I wouldn't be here now. I'm thankful to you, Wilhelm. We didn't talk all that much, but I think I still feel sad if you went away. But if that grants you freedom, then that's for the best.
当然だろ。ま、消える時期に関しては何とも言えないけど、なるべく努力はしてやるよ。じゃあな、眠くなってきたんで、おやすみ。
Oh, and then I couldn't hear his voice anymore. Wilhelm, I didn't know that he was in the cursor for that long. He was going to vanish. I had many worries, and him going berserk shocked me, but the fact that he was vanishing soon made me sad. But there was one thing that made me happy. Wilhelm acknowledged Abel. I admired Abel for making Wilhelm say such a thing, and I was impressed by Wilhelm's noble recognition of a worthy rival. After he called me weak, I felt a bit envious. A rival, huh? I thought of Abel's face, and it was followed by a sigh. What's something I can do? Something you can do, huh? At the classroom at night. Oh. Oh, really? There's only one choice in that one. Oh my goodness. I wonder how short or how long chapter 9 is going to be. There's only one choice. Speaking of long, why is this like 2.5 hours long? I'm so upset right now. It'll probably be cut down to like 2 hours, 15 minutes because I had a lot of chasing around my cat with a water bottle. So she stops pouncing on the fireplace. But still 2.5 hours. Like it's almost 2.5. By the time I'm done yapping, it'll say 2.5 hours on my recording time. I'm so upset. Like I started this late, not really on purpose, but because I didn't record, like I didn't post anything Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And so I felt compelled to release A9 RIP yesterday when I should have recorded this, but I didn't think it would be over an hour. Oh, sorry, an hour and a half. That's usually when it's about an hour and a half. But no, it's almost 2.5 hours long. And I have to edit it by Saturday at noon. whatever, it's fine. It might come out late. I don't know when I'm going to be getting up tomorrow or how, because my brother's coming over too, and he's going to be playing Magic with me and my husband, and I don't know when that's going to be. Well, anyway, I enjoyed this episode. There was a lot of talking during it, though, that kind of dragged on, like it usually always does. It's just they elaborate on everything in this game. Like, they elaborate heavily on everything. It's like there's a debate about everything. Everyone's got to have a debate on it. But I really enjoyed Abel's confession. I did not expect Abel to confess all of that to her. Maybe he found out that she didn't like anyone. She liked him. I wasn't expecting him to just like claim her like that. He's like, you're mine now. I'm not letting anyone have you. Those types of characters are definitely my favorite, if you can't tell. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.